keep you in a loop. FitzBeanHappenin troops. FitzBeanHappenin troops.
Foxolothism. It rolls well.
Have you ever been, and does it fuck, down that in a wanner and say foxolothism 3 times? Have you ever been in this weird situation where somebody's asked you to come up with a religion on a Saturday morning?
Oh, nah, just not until recently.
It's Saturday afternoon now. My Apple Watch is telling me to stand.
My Apple Watch is, that's going to be something in the camera.
I know, mate. That was good.
Nah, but like,
Subscribe to my
what was the
OnlyFans.
question again? I can't remember.
Favourite serial killer?
Aye, but the other one, what was the other one?
He's no
Well, we're talking about opportunities and...
Are you into like serial killers and that? But
I am.
Sorry,
Like,
the one we were saying was, have you ever been...
I love serial killers.
I love how we're trying to have this serial killer conversation. And he keeps
I'm like, let's do it.
There's going to be like some absolute weirdo watching this going to talk about the serial killer.
Going to tell me Fox's favourite serial killer.
What is it
Going to go
watching?
back to Charlie Manson for 2
You
minutes.
see when you watch a podcast and they ask a question and the other guy gets caught up in something else and they didn't go back to him, like, fucking go back to that.
Go serial killers.
Nah, I want to talk about something else. Nah, I'm joking. Wait, the serial killers. Aye, like, fucking, you can't beat them.
Because you're dead.
Nah, I don't get like, what's the question? The serial killers. Ted Bundy's always the one that you start off with, I'd say.
Aye,
Can I just acknowledge very quickly?
Of course you can.
We're down the rabbit hole.
No, we've been down the
It
rabbit hole
happens
for a
every
while.
now and again, and you just need to acknowledge when you're down
See,
the
the thing
rabbit
with
hole.
Ted Bundy
died,
is,
didn't it?
He was
they were
right,
saying-
right handsome.
Kind of. I wouldn't say he was actually. See
no-
if he
he's no Zac
see if he
Efron.
wasn't a serial killer and you put a picture up of him, nobody really cared. It's the fact that he had that whole. He was an animal, and that's what had that pure like feral instinct for women, some women. But see that whole thing, like when you're watching it, and it was like he ripped. Did he know like bite or rip a skull open or something?
Like, aye, like, proper.
Fucking like stuff that like the
That's
coroner's
a-
like
that's a
that's
dick
not
move.
possible.
Aye, which is.
That's a dick move. I
think that guy's
Fitzy was alright.
Chaz Milligan, Ted Bundy.
Fitzy was alright with Ted Bundy killing literally hundreds of
too
women. Did you rip her skull open?
What an arsehole,
That's a
man.
dick move.
Who raised you, Ted? Theodore.
Like Theodore, man.
Theodore Bundy. He's no Zac Efron.
He's no Gaz. I want to meet your dad so bad.
Oh, I think you'd love him actually, man. It'd be hilarious too.
See when I'm scooped later, I'm going to FaceTime him.
I'm going to DM him.
Give me your dad's number. Don't tell him who I am, right?
I just said, and I'll just put the number there. And be like,
I'm going to DM him and ask him about Mega Man. What was it?
Megatron Man.
Megatron Man.
And it's funny because he got them into that song. Oh man, Megatron Man. I'll send you the link to the song. This is what I'll actually send you the whole video with me.
Please do. Can we post it?
What's the one?
I'll do that.
Are there any ideas you've had? I know you mentioned it earlier about ideas that you've had for TikToks, and they might be like you're looking and go, that's way too much effort. But is there anything that you've looked at in TikTok and thought, I would want to do something like that, or but it's just too much effort, or maybe a bit too far?
I don't know. I like the ones where it's like, because if it's just me making them, I like to get like the effect with a clone and you're talking to someone and that. There's loads of ones where like I've always wanted to do one where can you get the reaction videos where someone sits in front of a camera and they go, hey, that's so cheesy and that. My reaction video to eating fucking noodles or whatever.
Aye.
And for it to start off so like just normal, just me doing that, and then later on I've recorded a bit of me coming in and go, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you fucking doing, eating noodles or something like that? And then just starting screaming at each other like that. And that's probably, to be honest, probably easy to make, but it's so much effort. And then I always find myself, if I've made the first part, I'm like, fuck making the second part. Hey, like, I'm just sitting there with half a video.
Just you eating noodles. Imagine you take a bird home and she's like, can I use a laptop for a sec? Opens up, there's just like 200 videos of you eating noodles in different ways.
and videos at the start of me like trying to the other scene going, kind of standing there a bit walking and go, nah, come on, fuck.
What are you doing eating noodles for?
That's so stupid, man. Nah, fuck it, we'll leave it.
See, when you're doing the videos where you're kind of playing two characters, do you need to do, like, do you film like one part and then another part and splice it together, or do you be like, you're like talking this way and then you take a tap off and you're talking this way and you put a tap back on?
There's an easier way to do it. If you had the whole script, you'd record, just say I would done it with these plays on, right?
Aye.
And I'd record that whole bit of me saying stuff.
And leave the spaces.
Aye, and then I'd change to whatever. But because I just wing it when I'm doing it, I'd record me saying this and then go. So by the end of the video, I'm like, oh, fucking hell, I can't be arsed by any of this. Because I'm pure knackered by the end of it.
Aye, mate, it's an effort. Me putting those clothes on was that's why.
Going back to that, aye, exactly.
You done well.
But the worst bit is, I done it, right? And then I think initially I just had it where it was like zoomed in my face. I was watching to see what the video was, and then it zooms out, it's me in the clothes. So I done that, took all my clothes off because I was roasting, back into bed. I went to go and like edit it, put it together. And I was like, that's fucking shite. And I was like, I need to go put the clothes back on. And I was actually looking at my shoes like, I need to put the socks on. And then I put my socks on before I put my trousers on, right? So I put my socks on, and then I put my trousers on.
Did you put the same socks on?
I mean, it had to be.
You've got to be.
Mate,
You've got to be.
When you
Like,
can
crispy.
see your socks.
You don't understand. You can see them
People
in the
will
video.
know this. The people will know.
mate.
Oh, yeah.
The TikTok community.
Mate,
They'll
see if
know.
I put on, they were grey socks, grey Nike socks. See if I put on just like white socks and I didn't wear socks, people
know.
look at that and they go, he's a fraud. He's a fraud.
Get this guy deleted.
I'm not
and get
ready
him
for
out.
cancelled.
TikTok. I'm not ready for it.
See, I think.
It's a hard audience.
See.
See if you're a kill somebody, how would you do it?
If I was to kill someone.
Gaz's van has to feature
Got
surely.
to
Oh my
you've got to
days.
confirm, is it a random person or somebody doesn't like?
It's
Don't say Cas Milligan
no, it's
again.
okay,
We've
no.
given him too much
Stop.
airtime.
You've just said his name, I wasn't saying that. I was saying,
Gaz.
no, I was saying,
Who do you know like? Who do you want to start a beef with?
I didn't.
You seem like a lover, not a fighter.
I wouldn't put that much effort into killing
dating
anyone.
mode today.
Aye.
Mate, the Elvis perfume coming off him today.
Yeah, no get at all.
He's- If you drown myself in it, again, what's that? My dad's van like that. You better fucking smell it. Nah, I'm trying. No.
How would you kill somebody? I'd kill them with
Probably
kindness.
just my bare hands, mate.
If you're saying, but you said who'd it be? It had to be someone that you actually despise. Because where's the passion coming from?
I reckon I could.
Because I wouldn't want to just kill
You
somebody.
wouldn't be
just
like
for the
that.
sake
Or
of it.
if you're going to kill someone, it's your next door neighbour going.
Right,
You'll
put it
die.
this way, right? I'll paint the scene,
When
right?
you go in.
I'll paint,
I've never stabbed anybody, but you've quite clearly never stabbed anybody. You just stabbed them.
I'll paint the scene, right? So you're sitting in your gaff.
It's fucking pleasant stabbing, mate. Eh? I just go, what's your name again?
I'll paint the scene for you, right? And then you can like envisage it and it might be able to help you, right? Bit
Right.
of context can help with these. So you're sitting
Put
in
some,
the gaff.
put some music over this part.
Aye.
No, but in post-production.
Post-production,
Alright, aye.
obviously.
I was like, how'd I do the music and talk? So you're sitting in the gaff, right? Godfather theme tune come in now. So you're sitting in the gaff, right? You've got a digestive cup of tea, you've dunked it, but you get too distracted because the countdown was on and you're trying to get the longest word that you could, right? So your digestive biscuit is just completely falling off. All you've got is just a wee nimble of a biscuit in your fingertips, right?
Not a euphemism.
You look outside the window, right?
I'm acting this.
I know. Looks outside the window, right? And you see a man standing at Gaz's van, but it's no Gaz.
So man, Gaz's van.
But it's no Gaz.
But it's no my dad.
And he's
Sorry, pal.
just plugging the tyres.
Sorry, pal.
To the microphone.
Stab him.
But he's plugging all the tyres, and then he goes and he gets the bottle of Sif, and he's spraying it in the exhaust pipe, and then he just walks away.
Oh, what are you doing that for?
Could you chib him?
Nah.
How would you run a mare in the van?
Came out a day. I learn how to drive. Hopefully, you'll still be waiting there for me.
See in like 9 months. See in 9 months you're fucking getting it.
Come back.
Hold on, let me check if the DVLA follow me here.
You know there's a backlog for your theory
I'd be
test.
waiting for them to come back and be like, go and chip my tires again then, but. And then there'll obviously be like blacked out windows and that.
Naturally.
And you'd be like that, you jib it, and then you go. That's not me getting angry, that's the sound of the.
Ah, right. What's your angry sound?
Put that as a caption. Fuck, she just fucking spunked.
That's a vine.
Aye, yeah, exactly.
Vine's dead, mate. Did Vine no die because of Facebook?
No, Vine just came out one day and went, we're closing.
No, they did, aye. And you thought, there's so much, they must be making so much of it, and they just went, nah, this is.
There's more to it, isn't there?
Maybe because everyone that was famous on it was just the same, repeated
I know
thing
it's
that was
Facebook that have bought Instagram, that have bought TikTok. That's why you've got TikToks on Instagram.
Reels.
Reels. I don't know why they just don't have it as TikTok.
Because nobody would care.
Aye, but it's like
They try to make it their own way.
the interface is awful. Like, see if you go to watch a reel on Instagram, like you click on, it's like, how'd I get off of this? Like, how, even if you double tap it to like it, doesn't do it, and it just stays there.
So when it's on your page,
It's just
maybe
Foxy sitting there like fucking staring at you. Like, how'd I get you off my screen?
outside my dad's van like that.
I need to
man,
phone the police. I'm in an emergency and it's just Foxy on my screen. Like,
Do you know it's class your dad's going to go? So how did the podcast go?
we watch it, you're fucking...
And you'll be like, listen, we've renamed you Gaz Milligan and we spend the full time talking about your van. Is that an impressive van?
Yeah, I'd
Or is
say
it just
so.
like a bog standard da van?
No, it's a red van, so you get the idea they like...
So your dad's a postman?
That's exactly what I was about to say. But it's one of the cool vans.
Postman
That's,
Gaz.
so he tells me.
A cool van?
Aye.
Is it a VXL?
why do you know
see
so
that?
much about vans?
I know,
No, but
I've
do you know-
not got-
so how you-
that's why you should come on the podcast, 'cause
Aye.
I've not got a clue
He,
what...
he is literally just one of the top gear fanboys, isn't he?
Oh, right.
I love a bit Top Gear and the Grand Tour.
You 100% own minimum 4 leather jackets in the last decade.
Never owned a leather jacket.
Really?
Never. I would look like a gimp with a leather jacket.
Aye,
But
I
how
always
good would
hated
it
them.
be if he did look good in it? Though,
I would love to look good
See,
in a
if you're
leather
going
jacket.
leather jacket, you're going to go one of those like driving ones that's got like the shoulders out a wee bit, but not too much.
I honestly don't know how I would wear a leather jacket. I just don't think I'd
On
suit
your,
me.
on your torso, chief.
But it's not just a leather jacket. Then you need to think about what denims and
You
what
gotta have the
boots you
accessories
wear.
as well.
Aye.
Aye, mate.
But yeah, I don't think I could pull off a leather jacket.
Do you know, I'm not...
You could pull off a leather jacket easily.
I've got about 4.
Aye, that does not surprise me.
Paul's in the corner, fucking pricks. What
See,
you talking
you-
about leather jacket?
See, if you were
Get
wearing
in
a
my
leather
studio, you
but
cunt.
it takes, I think it takes the right person to pull off it. You would look like you were wearing your dad's jacket and
No.
jacket. You would look like you didn't have ID.
No, it's not
and you
true,
were like,
mate.
oh, I'm my dad.
But that's a good impression of me and my dad. You ken the ones where it's like the big like gangster like mafia jackets like fucking.
Oh, like the Matrix.
If I were one of them, I'd look an absolute fucking tool.
You look like a flasher.
You meant to tell me now. You look good in it.
Nah, you would.
I've got one in my bag outside.
You look good today, but
I've
you
got
wouldn't
one
look
for the
good.
day.
Etiquette when somebody says, "Oh, I know you for TikTok," because it definitely
I can
happens.
answer this.
Nah, I normally what I say is I go, sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
Self-deprecating.
I think that's just lodged in my brain. Be like, I met you last week, pal. You said that to me as well. I was like,
Aye.
I've got the same guy following me about fucking every week.
Mate,
You're my postman. I've got.
You're my dad.
You're my dad.
our good pal who shall remain nameless because I don't want to grass the barman in, but our good YouTube pal. How have you still not clicked?
Still haven't clicked.
Ryan nominate.
I thought you were talking about Lassie for some reason.
Does that
I thought you were talking about Lassie for some reason.
No, what pal do we?
don't know.
What female?
No idea.
Number one, what female do we know? There's your
My
to
missus.
be bride,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
Aye, and your future missus.
Mate, honestly, see, because I keep doing these Twitter spaces and talking about Celtic, see my DMs, it's just full of guys DMing me. Last night, they're all DMing me like pure. No, like one guy sent me lyrics and I said when I was on it,
Sent you
he sent me lyrics to like an 80s song, right? And I went, oh, there's, I'm not going to say his name on
Brand new,
here,
mate,
but
cheers.
because it's fucking bang out, but I literally went, oh, he just sent me lyrics, right? So I'm like looking at everything, and because when we're doing it, people will send it like questions at my DMs or whatever, or
Aye.
tweet me a question. So I looked at my tweets and I went through all the questions. I looked at my DMs. I was like, fuck's sake, went in. And there's 2, and I read them out. They were just quick, and then I looked at the top. It was like 15 message requests, and I'd just been in my message request like 2 minutes ago. I clicked on it. Everybody's just sending me the weirdest shit. Some guy sent me lightly stained shitted jeans for $40 on eBay. Like, and it was actually a pair of jeans that somebody had lightly shat in.
That's a bargain.
So send me pictures of that and pure
What's
song
his
quotes and all that.
handle?
I'll send you that over, mate. But honestly, my DMs are.
At Fat Boy Beans.
See when I became single for
Yeah.
the first time in 4 years, I thought my DMs are going to be on.
They've got to be class.
Fire. Like,
Class.
I'm almost TikTok famous. I know people.
What's that thing called? Is it main character syndrome? You're
Yeah,
sitting going,
aye,
the
mate.
lassies are waiting.
Oh mate,
They're all waiting.
They're not
And
waiting.
it was just shite stained
do you know what I've understood? They're not waiting.
They're not waiting.
Do you know you go on holiday and you're buzzing for the airport and you're sat in the airport and you're like, yeah, let's take a picture, and you're sat there with your pint like.
You're making the vibes that happen.
Aye, you're like, this is kind of shite, isn't
Aye.
it? Aye, mate, that's what's
really,
aye, it's brutal. I listen anyway.
Any ladies?
Ladies of Twitter.
Although I was a bit of a cunt, it doesn't matter.
Although, oh no, there was a lassie who had basically said there was a video of somebody taking their Wayne to the football, and it was like the loveliest thing ever. And this lassie put up,
Oh, right.
see if anybody's interested. I want to hop in on one of them, meaning make a Wayne. Me and somebody else tagged Beans in this post saying there is a lady who's looking to be courted here.
3 people.
Nothing.
No, mate, that's just weird.
Nothing.
That's strange.
Didn't even make a move.
A lassie that I've never spoke to.
Did she reply to the
No, mate, of
Message.
course she's fucking mortified. She puts up a tweet going, "Oh, that Wayne's adorable," and then 3 random
No,
people
no,
have
no.
replied.
She said that one's adorable, and also said she wanted to make one.
Aye, right. She said, "Who wants to go halves in a Wayne?"
Beans?
Clearly taking the piss, and then fucking David Hunter, Fitzy, and Alison all reply with me. I'm like, here.
Is that no good wingman?
See the amount of times I speak to somebody and like, oh, I just think that you're like a pure, not even like a shagger, but like you just like the way you come across in Twitter. And I'm like, it's literally
Different
just all
guy.
shite. Aye, I'm just a wee.
What
I sit and watch
you
Joe
need to
Rogan
do,
every
guys,
night.
is you just need to watch the podcast. You'll get an hour,
You want to learn
an
how
hour and
to
a half
shag
of
birds?
beans.
Watch the podcast.
Give me.
Did you just go full London there?
Right,
A wee bit.
imagine this is
Baby
Hitch.
talking. Yeah, shag birds.
Imagine this is Hitch, right? Mind Hitch with Will Smith. Oh, how have you not seen that?
Hits.
What's your Hitch?
Oh.
Hitch.
Aye,
What's your favourite movie of all time? Like one film, get to watch it before you
one that
die.
always puts me One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Big Jack Nicholson.
Oh.
Oh, such a comedy fucking film.
Speaking of Jack Nicholson, the LA Lakers,
Oh, aye.
What's your favourite film of all time ever?
Jurassic Park, obviously.
One of the best theme songs you'll ever hear in your life.
Mate, see
I've
when
actually
I'm-
got it on my phone just for when I'm walking through
See when
Gorgie.
this is like genuinely.
dinosaur.
See when I'm upset, I put the Jurassic Park soundtrack on. What was that? What dinosaur was that?
T-Rex.
After a dinosaur in pain, a dinosaur was saying back.
I'm a fucking bag. Rah!
Sorabacus Rex.
Sorabacus Rex.
I don't know what my favourite movie is. I have many.
Pokemon.
Scarface.
Who's your favourite Pokemon?
Charizard.
You're getting married in 3 weeks, aren't you?
Yes.
Just fucking shocking.
That's your favourite Pokemon. You're getting married in 3 weeks.
I'm not had an invite. I've not even had a petty invite. Like, you know, one of those invites was like, do you want to come and take a picture outside and then leave? Not even one of them, mate.
Go
feel
keep,
this is
go,
my,
go
like-
keep the numbers tight.
He's blaming COVID. Nobody cares.
But quite a few people care.
I want to
This
do
is
this.
Me and future Mrs. Fitzy have sat labouring over the guest list and labouring over the seating plan. By the way, it's a pain in the arse.
I can imagine, man.
Mate,
It fucking seems like
see when I first started talking to him, like through Twitter and that, there's a lassie on Twitter called Mrs. Fitzy, right? And she would like
Not to be confused.
yeah, but like for ages I was like, and nothing against her or anything, but like I was literally like, I'm pretty sure I've seen his missus on Instagram and she doesn't look like you.
it's not.
So I was like, what the fuck is going on here? I was like, I don't know if Fitzy's like very, very boldly playing the field here in front of everybody.
With somebody called Mrs. Fitzy. But then me and Mrs. Fitzy on, not real Mrs. Fitzy, like Twitter Mrs. Fitzy have sometimes said that. People go, use, people go, hi.
Just agree with it.
Although I think she's married, so.
That's right, mate.
But nah, planning a wedding is great fun, especially during COVID.
I know. Did you have to like delay it a lot of times?
So
or?
we were
The stag do was brilliant.
We were quite lucky.
I was invited.
Stag do was another one.
Ah, do you not go?
No, mate, I was
the best
actually.
times of my life.
Would you not-
Mate, I was actually talking to.
I went we done paintball.
No, I remember that.
Oh,
aye.
mine-
And I said to myself, I said, Beans would love this.
Aye.
I was going to say I was busy that day with Lewis Capaldi doing Mechanical Man, but it's no Mechanical Man. Mechanical Man's what he calls himself when he puts his Top Gear leather jacket on.
Sunlight aviators. No, I says to my missus, we'll never get married again. It's a pain in the arse.
Well, I fucking hope not. Why would you get remarried?
Do you want to know one of the things that we forgot
Do you
to
think
do?
there's people that done that?
Do you know one of the things we forgot to? There is actually. People get like second, like
No, but like
annual-
they get married, then get divorced, and then get married again.
probably.
Mate, imagine having to go to the second wedding for the same cunts.
You'd still.
What wedding gift you get? Like here, here's a
But the guy
receipt.
does a speech as well. You just go over these old one.
He's just going to save.
I've just changed
Saved
that.
as a PDF.
He's doing like references for like a decade ago.
Do you know-
So that last episode of Friends,
We forgot to get wedding rings. That was the last thing that we got.
Wedding rings is that your top thing that you ever go for?
You'd
as
think
well?
so, aye. We got the chapel and all that sorted, and then I was saying to people in work, I was going off, get this, that, and all
is
that.
it
It's a wedding rings.
is it a Foxology chapel?
It is, aye. Father Jim.
Was it Foxology? I said no, it wasn't. That's
My
like
dad will be the preacher. Fucking taking it.
That's that episode of Family Guy, isn't it?
Who would your best man be?
The Fonz.
Who's your pal that's been in your TikToks lately?
Can't.
Ah, mate.
Can't. He's some boy, man. It's funny as well
Did you
because
hear the jealousy coming out of him there?
Nah, mate. Honestly, do you know she's pal? Like, you know, you take like one look at a person for like a quarter of a second, you're like,
that's class.
I fucking love that cunt. Like, do you know what I mean?
Really,
I was
aye.
like, I would actually see if he was like crippled like you and couldn't walk.
Yeah.
I would actually carry him about.
That'd be I can't wait to show him this.
There's an obvious podcast joke in there, but
You can. No, I'm not. You're right, Kieran. How you doing?
That's going well, like.
What were you saying?
Like
You're
can't,
shocking.
Like, can't
bad
like,
bastard.
how you're saying that. It's funny as anything because he's doesn't put like videos up as me, but he's in my videos a lot. When he's up to it, he'll get like noticed so much times. Like, oh, can't like I think have you seen the ones about his mushrooms? That's Cantley's mushrooms. That's people. That's all people shout at him. It's just because of anything. But anyway, I'll get him up with my dad.
Mate.
Aye.
Oh, this is just going to turn into a pure.
Yeah, but it's fucking 8 people I know.
Paul, we're going to need more seats.
Paul's that's going to cost me a fortune. Get like a fucking panel. Should we just get a Foxy panel?
Fox panel.
Panel.
Intense eye contact with him.
This has gone down.
That's good. His eye is very much went down.
There was something else I wanted to ask, but I thought about it when I went to the toilet, and I've not thought about it since.
Here's a football conversation.
Oh God.
What's your views on Lionel Messi going to Paris Saint-Germain?
Lionel Messi can do what he wants. And for I do not care. Nah, I think care.
What's your hobbies? What you into?
Mothering.
Other than making TikToks and just getting buried and having a laugh and that, is there?
To be honest, mate, all it was getting pissed. That's what it was for a good while. But don't sound like one of the boning cunts, but see with the lockdown and that. Am I sounding like one anyway?
No, it's like one of
Do you know he was about to have this honest conversation there, and you just went ha.
It's because he basically said his only hobby was getting pissed. As if he get pissed 24/7, and he goes, no, be one of the boring cunts because he toned it back by one day. It's like 6 days of the week he's blurred. Like,
This is my life,
non
man.
stop, and then because he takes a Monday off, he's like, sorry to be one of the boring cunts.
Damn, man, fucking hell. I've lost like. Anyway, I get pushed, man.
So no be one of the boring kids.
Not the body so far.
So have you got a new hobby?
Aye. Getting pissed the next day. Nah,
Getting
see,
sober.
like, I think we talked about it in the other podcast was.
the other podcast, aye.
Oh, don't talk about that.
I know, how bad was that?
For context, we done a live podcast and it was like 2 hours late. And
Mate.
I was mad with it, you were mad with it. Anyway, please continue.
See, for the first lockdown, put on loads of weight in that. Second lockdown,
Same.
mate,
I've been
I was bad for eating shite anyway. Like when I was on furlough for lockdown, that was just a like heaven for me to just go. Okay, what? That's just my time to shine. I would just.
I've been training for this.
Honestly, I put about 3 stone, and then the second I had to go back to work. That was one of the worst things.
Yeah.
I left work saying I'm laying furlough and catch you later.
I've got my TikTok creator for the fucking award.
I'm not be back. I'm not be back.
I get 13 pence for every 14 million views. See you later.
And then I put on so much weight. Right, I remember like the night you going back to work, putting on my Sainsbury's top right. That's where I work, Sainsbury's.
Yeah.
Put it on. I was like, this wasn't as big as what it was before.
Bit tight.
Aye, this wasn't as tight as it was before. And then I got there. Well, the first thing the guys, like, people, like when I go there, people are outside smoking. I went and they went, look at the beef. I was like,
What?
I was like, I've been in my mind this long. I was like, this isn't happening, and it just kept going on. But it's because I can like, I understand it so much. Is because I left looking so skinny. To them, it would have been just a like whatever. It's been 12 weeks for me. I've came back and they went, what the fuck has happened here?
What a beef on him.
Aye, so that happened, and then that just made me like I started like taking up running and that, and so that's basically what I do now. Is like running and exercising and that. But I was never like that. Like until I was about 24, 25, I didn't really care about exercising at all.
Aye.
And then
So you're fit as fuck now?
oh man, you want me running the table?
Yes.
I'll do it now.
That's difficult with the cameras and that, mate. It's
Nah, I'll do it. I'll just put my head under that. Run around there.
yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
fucking
I think,
serial killers, man. Come on.
Aye. Do you wish that Velcro straps come back?
Aye, I do.
Imagine you know tying your shoes all the time. It's just a pure mission.
Mate, I used to be one of the Velcro strap guys.
Did you really?
I think we all were at one point.
And how good was it? Hey, like you're ready yet?
I like it.
But do you know the problem? I go through shoes so much because I can't be bothered taking like see if I'm knackered, I've just come in,
just kick the back off?
just boot them off, and then the back falls apart, and that's the only. I've got shoes. I've got Air Force Ones that are like mint condition, but the heel looks as if it's just been in a fucking bomb
Aye.
site, like
Because you just kicked it off.
because I've just bombed it. That was a callback to the previous joke where I said it's like a bomb site. Aye, but Velcro would help that. I think, no?
Which part there? I'm good.
Nah, Velcro is good.
There's a winner's medal through there. Why are you doing this to me the other day?
Is there a punchline?
That was just a fact, mate.
Just there is a winner's
The
medal.
wall's green jump to fucking fall up with a punchline.
Yes.
You're bald.
You done it. You done the drum fucking Phil as you said it. But
How hard you hit that table?
No, not hard.
Alright, mate, sorry. Right, so Foxy, I wanted to ask you about podcasts because
Naturally, winner.
it's been a pleasure having you on. But obviously you've essentially been creating content for the majority of your life. You're very natural at talking yourself. Have you ever done anything like that? Have you ever thought of doing it? Because I think you'd be very good at doing like short podcasts, even just yourself, just talking for maybe even 5-10 minutes.
See, like the wee podcast idea, I've always thought about making podcasts, but like me being the guest and also the host, which would be a lot of work. But like,
And you say I've got main character syndrome.
I know, no one else but me. But like, see, like just that sort of stuff.
Main character and co-lead.
If I like I don't know, but it's be so much work. But then again, it'd be a lot of like me looking back on what I've said, and like I have to like review what I've said, and then I get the cringe like sort of feeling after that. Like, do you not get that if you're recording?
Yeah.
And if
This full episode, mate, aye.
if you're watching it, if you're listening back, you go, oh, fucking, because there's that feeling where if you're editing someone else, I think you notice anything different.
Yeah.
But yourself, you're like right on it, and you're like,
See, when first, I'd done a podcast like years ago, so I was like, get used to like my own voice and that, and like get over that weird, like,
People
listening
hate
to
the sound
yourself and
of their own
stuff.
voice,
Aye,
aye.
but once you kind of get that weirdness out the way, but I think for me, like, I say a lot of stupid shit and stuff, right, but it doesn't bother me because, see, as long as see, whenever I say something daft, when I'm listening back to it and I listen to something, I'll just keep it in because I know it's not going to offend them then, whatever, but it's just stupid. But I say it from a place of humour. Like, sometimes I'm sure there's millions of times where you've been making stuff and you think, like, what the fuck even is that? But like, I get that all the time. That's pretty much full episodes for us. It's just him talking at the end after I've edited it. But, the first episode we done was it the second? It was the third.
This is because there's ones on your Spotify. Is it this?
Yeah.
And it's right. Have you got it right for the beginning when you started it?
Aye.
Because
Technically, aye.
and it, like the stuff I started listening to was like I think it was Littlest Chicken or something like that.
Aye.
But you seem just so natural with it. But I can imagine.
So see, at the start we done an episode and it was kind of scripted, and it just felt.
Didn't feel right?
It just because me and him like talking shite, and it just felt dead unnatural. And then slowly but surely we were getting like big guests on, and we're going, well, we'll just wing it. And then for nowhere he'll come out with this brilliant question, and then we'll have like a good proper interview question, and the rest of it's just go down the rabbit hole and see what happens.
But I think that's people just want to listen to people just ramble on about stuff.
Aye.
If it's just like bullet point questions and that, it's not. It's not.
But mate, I can guarantee.
See podcasts that are interviews, I just can't be bothered.
Because you hear it on TV every
But what
day
can,
and that
what can
as
you
well.
ask that's original? So
Exactly.
like, what could you like if you get Henrik Larsson on, or and you're like, oh, what
Mind
was
that goal against Rangers?
Mind that goal against Rangers?
Aye, fuck off.
Like I just.
I'm a handsome Swedish guy. You're going to ask me about that. Ask me about how much I shag am. Marshall's like a fucking jackhammer. He asked me about a goal against Rangers.
Like
in
a sewing
2000. Aye.
Noise effect.
I feel actually
You can edit
sick.
something out of that as
I
it
can't look at him for the rest
Never
of
edit
this.
that out.
No, just edit something like a wee animation as it happens.
I'm going to do the Friends intro.
So no, 1, 2, July.
This is you.
How many claps are in the Friends intro? Like 50% of people
4?
get it wrong.
Four.
So my missus is the biggest Friends fan ever and has watched every episode of Friends 47
She
times.
says 3. I'm not going to the wedding.
5.
Aye.
What?
She says 5.
Just because he's watching that much.
No,
doesn't
but then she goes, and I was like, no. But like quite a lot of people get it wrong.
Look at the camera. Go,
But quite a lot of people get that wrong.
right, but you got your proof it though. I didn't understand. Wait, is it no 4 to us?
It is 4.
But what? So it's 4.
But a lot of people think it's 5.
Someone that you knew was a big massive fan said it was 5, and I was like, well, you can prove that.
He's saying this like, you know, those people are like question time, they've got that fact about coronavirus or something like, most people think that a mask isn't effective, but it's actually effective. He's like, I'll tell you something, by the way. It's 4, it's still 5. It's still 5. I've never had that conversation until I seen it on your Twitter.
Mandela effect.
I know that is a...
I love them. Where people think everybody believes a thing, but it's just wrong. But it's collectively, everybody just accepts that's what it is, even though it's wrong. Like like Jaws, we're going to need a bigger boat, but apparently it's like we're going to need an R boat or something. Like it's I can't remember what it is, but
we're going to need a fucking gun. I think that's what it says.
We're going to need a red van.
We're going to need another boat. I think that we might need another boat.
Ken, we need another boat. No, but that's one of those Mandela effects that everybody gets wrong. I love a Mandela.
We still do have, but I haven't got any examples.
I've no examples.
Have you seen A Quiet Place?
I haven't seen the first one, aye.
Second one's fucking brilliant.
Is it good?
Mate.
That's one of the ones
What's A Quiet Place?
It's where I go when I stop talking to you.
That's your happy place.
Yeah, it's my happy place. Aye, just fucking loafed.
Nah, I've seen...
Why?
I've seen people talk about...
Second one's quality, mate.
They're saying that it's stuff that you should go to the cinema for.
Oh, mate, 100%.
There's movies that come out where you go, this is just fucking like, doesn't like, but actually, like, I love going to cinema and that. See when they like show Goodfellas and that again, like classic movies.
Oh, I'd love to see that in a
They're
picture.
showing Jurassic Park outside in a public house round the corner for me, and it's sold out, which I'm raging about, but also at the same time watching outside, not really for me. But see if I could watch Jurassic Park and like the Odeon or something.
I like that as well.
Take my money, man.
Like, but there's people that say like, oh, cinema want to be the same because
when we get into it.
Aye, and I just said that. Aye, when we're on the fucking screen. Nah, but like, there's like because of like the pandemic and that, they're like, oh, people just watch it in the comfort of their own homes and that. But I think people love to go to see the cinema, like in the cinema.
Do you think we could get a budget to refilm The Hangover, but a Scottish version, and we just go to the LA casino and just fucking cause it?
We'll get a fucking
like you've got all the mad videos.
Who plays Alan? It's a toss up between me and you.
It's whatever. But there'll be all the
you're Mr. Chow.
Cax. I've never seen it in a while.
What did you say? Casacas?
Cocksuckers.
Alright, I thought you said
I've seen too much fucking Sopranos.
Casacas.
We'll edit that out.
Nah, we'll keep it
IMAX. I've only ever been to the IMAX once, and it was for Terminator Genesis. Is that the one that who's in that? The last of the Game of Thrones.
I would see the
Terminator shite.
I see the older Terminator. Like the first two were brand
that
new.
one was quite good though.
When,
but just because I was in the IMAX,
83-year-old.
He throws a thing and it comes out. You know.
See when 83-year-old governor of California comes back, I'm like, listen, I'm not doing this. But only time I've ever watched a film in the IMAX was when I went to school, and it was a NASA it was a documentary movie thing, but it was like fucking. In fact, there was two we went to go see. There was a NASA one, and then there was like Amazon rainforest wildlife one. And
sounds
like,
alright,
honestly, just see the pure noise and like symphony. I was like, brilliant. That's when I was like, for a good like 3 days, I was like, I think I'm going to go and save the rainforest. And then I looked at a globe and I was like, it's fucking miles away, isn't it? Like Braehead's like there to there, and that's fucking
the Amazon.
So much effort, man.
Do you think you could batter Arnold Schwarzenegger like right now? Not in his prime, but now.
If I maybe got the jump on him.
Nah, it's
like
it's no. You're both aware you're fighting.
I'd have to jump on him, man.
I've just got a picture. I've got a picture in my head of Arnie. He's doing like a bench press, and he's literally just chopping up and down on him. I fucking tell you, I'm coming for you, son.
Nah, there's no chance. I think he's still an absolute beast to the day.
He just wants you to have a beef. Who's the most famous Scottish person that you reckon you could batter? And why is it Martin Compson?
Because he's a dickhead.
Wow.
Calling you out, Martin Compson.
Wow.
Why do they keep doing accents? The boy with that, where's he fake?
Foxy tells it fake corgi. Like Foxy tells about your life when you grew up. He's like, well, back in the days, it was pretty fucking tough in the streets of London, yeah.
That started off so good.
Sorry, mate.
Tailed off.
I used to be good at accents as well, but I've just lost it completely.
Do you need to practice more? Just not on the podcast.
I was down in Cardiff with my mates, right? I've got mates from Wales that I met on holiday. Went down to go and meet them.
Welsh people, I apologise in advance. This has got a bit offensive.
No, I'm not going to do the accent. But when I was down in Cardiff, I was doing a Welsh accent, and people just thought I was Welsh, right? And I was sitting chatting to this, like, I lost my mates, so I went out and like